Welcome to the video. If you are new, appreciate you checking out the channel and this video. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, good to see you again. Today is Saturday. We are doing a hour and 45-minute long run. Now, I typically do my long runs on Sundays, but I am going skiing tomorrow, so had to make a little bit of an adjustment because I didn't want to get up at 2:30 in the morning to get a long run in, and also didn't want to have to do a long run after a day of skiing. We are at Chatfield State Park. The entire loop around the reservoir is just north of 11 miles, so it should be just about perfect for today's run. 60 degrees out, it's beautiful, mid-December. Can't ask for much better than that. Looking forward to running somewhere a little flatter. It's the reason I came over to Chatfield. Everywhere an hour and 45 minutes around my house is incredibly hilly. So I wanted to find a spot where I could go do an easy aerobic run somewhere I haven't before, and put the work in without having to think about different pacing, heart rates when it comes to running on hilly terrain. One quick note on fuel for this run before I get after it. I did a scoop of G1M Sport in here, just some extra carbs and electrolytes, and then I have 2 gels in the pack that I will take throughout the run. Hour 45 minutes later, I am back at the car. Good run all around. Ironically, where I happened to park, I went out clockwise and hit the one long continuous hill in the entire run. It goes up onto the dam, so it's about 260 feet of climbing. There's some rolling hills throughout, but the rest of it's mostly flat. Started this run trying to avoid hills, hit it immediately, but the rest of the loop was great. Great views. It was perfect today. Super still, no wind. Always nice to go out in a spot where a lot of people are doing different endurance activities. A lot of cyclists today, a few other runners. One thing during this run that I wasn't necessarily expecting, considering I was going later in the day, muscles felt decently warmed up, is I still had quite a bit of stiffness and soreness, and a lot of that I think is just a ramp up in mileage. We are getting closer to peak week in this particular training, but also just the transition to lifting more and doing lower body strength work. Not something that I've been used to and something my body's not used to. And while I've done plenty of lifting and heavy lifting, plenty of leg days in the past, even running, just that difference in the type of work is gonna give you soreness and stiffness. So a big part of this run, and I think something that I'm gonna have to focus on going forward, is as I'm transitioning to getting used to this, being okay with lower pace at a higher heart rate. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, pace isn't the goal necessarily when you're training. Sometimes it is, it's part of the workout, but when you're doing aerobic training, it's really about training that engine. And in that case, you got to check your ego sometimes and know that maybe where you'd usually be running an 840 pace at, you know, a certain heart rate, now you're at 905, 910, maintaining that because you're putting more work in and you're putting your body through different experiences that it's not used to. So not something I expected, but something I definitely noticed, and something I'll have to continue to work on as I push further into this training. Overall, great time. Again, couldn't ask for better weather in the middle of December. It was snowing a few days ago and now it's 60 degrees out. Super enjoyable. I think I'm trying to do a strength training tonight, get that out of the way so that tomorrow is basically just skiing and getting ready for the week. Good morning. As you may have noticed from my background and the clips preceding this, I am not at home this morning. I am in Breckenridge, and today I'm going to be snowboarding in the morning. And the nice thing about snowboarding and skiing is it's a easy kind of aerobic workout, so zone 1, zone 2. Because I am only skiing a half day in the morning, it affords me the ability to still train in the afternoon. Now, because I am skiing and putting on some cardiovascular load with that, which is technically just a form of cross training, I typically modify my workout for whatever day that I'm skiing to either be less speed or less mileage to still get some work in, to practice running, but also allow for training at an appropriate rate, not overtrain just because I'm doing that extra bit of cardio in the morning. Cut. What do you think I said? It is currently 5:17 p.m. Got home a little while ago, ran some errands, got groceries for the week, and now it is time to do our run. Not gonna lie, pretty tired. It's dark out now. Definitely have a lot in me that does not want to run right now, but we're gonna go, we're gonna do it. And the run that is technically on the schedule for today is a 5 mile at race pace. Now, considering I already snowboarded for 4.5 hours today, the run that I'm gonna modify to is just a 3 to 3.5 progressive run. Basically, all that means is I'm gonna be starting pretty easy and then slowly building up as I go. The loop that I do, it's a pretty decent challenge to do that at the end. It's very hilly for the last mile to 3/4 of a mile. Definitely still a good workout, but still kind of managing effort and not overdoing it when I don't need to. Three more miles in the books. I know before the run, I said I wasn't feeling like running. Definitely didn't want to go. Now, 3 miles later, feel amazing. And it really just, as always, is the most important to run when you don't feel like it. It's amazing mentally, it's amazing physically. I think it helps improve your physicality just as much as it does mentally, because your body is having to learn to push when it's tired. And for me, especially trying to get faster at races, trying to get into the ultra side of things, I know that that's something I have to consistently try to do. Just super important to always push yourself, especially when you don't feel like it. Now, obviously, if you're sick, you don't feel well, don't do that. But if it's just a mental thing, you're feeling tired, always go and do that thing. My phone did unfortunately die right after the first mile of this run. I'm actually recording this clip on an older phone that I had charged, I use for workouts. But I did get a few clips that I put in. Hopefully you enjoyed those. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like. It helps the channel a ton and it helps people just like you find this content. If you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications, and we'll see you on Friday.